Don't you just love when public officials hide?
Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please.
The city auditor lives here. His car is in the driveway. Mr. Holland, are you home? And when we finally walk away, hi there, the door opens. There he is. Hello, Mr. Holland. Mr. Holland.
The word is getting out in the state that Corpus Christi is the place to be.
Hello. We're in Corpus Christi, Texas, where taxpayers are thirsty for answers.
A lot of accusations going around, a lot of things going on, and the public get the short end of the stick again.
The once bustling bayfront in this energy town is now instead a portrait of economic neglect, negligence. Some of the biggest buildings downtown stand empty, replaced by graffiti on dusty windows. And there is a water crisis. Years of drought has drained 92% of the city's reservoirs. It's national news, not a Chamber of Commerce moment.
I've heard stories where people are calling our visitors and convention bureau saying, if we rent a house down there, Airbnb, like, can we even turn on the shower?
Folks are scared.
When they turn on their faucets, they want water to come out.
How much of a crisis is it now?
It's terrifying. I think we're in a position where either the end of this year, early part of next year, we won't be able to meet demand.
The town's credit rating is at stake.
It would be devastating and catastrophic for our area.
The fight will eventually decide who gets the lucrative government contracts if desalination plants are the answer.
It's been a political shit show ever since then.
But in the words of Naked Gun Detective Frank Drebin,
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
oh, did I mention City Council wants to impeach the mayor, even while a federal judge warned they're doing it illegally?
Oh, you're a fucking cunt bitch.
Thank you.
Nothing to see here.
We're finding plenty to see since we've come to Corpus. So you're gonna hide in your house?
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet.
I think that the video was really good, what you did for the public.
I'm glad you're here. You know, somebody's coming from the outside that doesn't live here, that doesn't been looking at all this bullshit going on.
Corruption stories, accountability stories.
Eric Tunches runs the Corpus Christi Chronicle, quickly becoming the city's leading media watchdog.
A lot of residents are frustrated right now with what's the debacle that's happening at City Hall.
Nobody's hiding, Mark.
Okay, Councilman, we're out of order. Let's just, everybody calm down.
And that's why we went looking for George Holland, paid $168,000 a year to make sure that tax money is spent right. We could have joined forces. He's supposed to be a taxpayer watchdog, and I'm one too.
You know, it just stinks to high heaven.
In August of last year, Holland sent this important memo to City Council, accusing the developers of this new Homewood Suites hotel in downtown Corpus of fraud.
My attorney gets really ticked off after I hire him if I speak to anybody.
You know who else didn't want to talk to us? This guy, Ajit David. Ajit owns a bunch of hotels. A new downtown hotel like the Homewood Suites would clearly cut into his business. And it was Ajit who got Holland to investigate his competitor, claiming they covered the date of a FEMA press release when they requested their tax incentives to build their hotel. Holland took that one document and set off a criminal investigation that has cost the city of Corpus Christi hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just how much? We still don't know. The city wants $4,000 for us to look at those numbers and emails between city officials and hotel developers. We want to see phone records too.
But how do we get our name back? That's hard to say because it's lasting damage.
Holland called in the cavalry, the FBI, Corpus Christi Police, the Texas Rangers, and they all said the same thing after they investigated. There was really nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here, people.
There's no fraud.
Nothing to see here, folks.
There's no wrongdoing.
That whole thing has a really bad smell.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's follow the bouncing beach ball down a trail of unacceptable conflicts of interest. An outside law firm hired by the city found Holland had created a toxic work environment in his department. But they confirmed something a lot worse, that during a trip to San Antonio, Holland had unwelcome physical contact with an employee of the city who worked for him. Holland tried to get her to sign a non-disclosure agreement, they said, and allegedly threatened to fire a witness, making the complainant's work life miserable. They said he should be fired, but he clearly wasn't. In fact, months later, City Council gave him a $38,000 pay raise, and they made it retroactive going back 4 months. Where else does something that ridiculous ever happen? Except for government. Who was Holland's lawyer during that investigation? Doug Allison. Where have I heard that name before? I know, Doug Allison. He's also the lawyer for Ajit David, the hotel developer who wanted the auditor to investigate his competitor. Mr. Allison was your auditor's lawyer, and then the auditor calls for this investigation. You did not know that?
No, I did not.
So you were the auditor's attorney in his personal issues. And then all of a sudden he comes out and calls for this investigation. You got to admit, it looks kind of funny.
I got to find my car keys.
It seems like something that should have been disclosed day one, from right away.
Well, the auditor obviously made a huge mistake.
Something else you should know about Doug Allison. His wife is Barbara Canales, the former Nueces County judge and the arch political enemy of Corpus Mayor Guajardo. Allison is clearly a fan, too.
She should resign. You know, the mayor should resign.
I want this job.
But we really wanted to talk about the auditor and his clear conflicts of interest.
Have a good day.
But I'm asking you about the auditor. It's beginning to look like this was like a big setup deal. A subject Mr. Allison didn't want to talk about, even though he did find his car keys. You could find your keys, but he told me to talk to you, so I'm trying to talk to you. Otherwise, I got a bunch of people telling me to talk to someone else. Well, you've been talking to people all day.
Not to the press. Everything I say in the public forum.
I watched Ajit before City Council, making council members laugh a lot.
I don't know who he is.
They don't seem mad at all that he sent them on an expensive wild goose chase. You're the guy that's giving everybody campaign money.
No, sir, I'm not.
Ajit is a manager of Bayfront Marina LLC, along with his partner Raju Bhagat. Hotels owned by Bhagat's companies have been sued in Nueces and Harris County for their alleged involvement in a back page human trafficking scheme and alleged price gouging after Hurricane Harvey. While investigating all the companies, we also look at campaign reports here. And we saw something that's worth sharing. The day after the auditor, Mr. Holland, requested the investigation of Homewood Suites, Ajit's company gave a $1,500 campaign contribution to this guy, Councilman Gil Hernandez, at the time, the chairman of the council audit committee. Council members voted to spend $400,000 or more to hire an outside law firm to investigate. Again, the answer was the same. There was really nothing to see here.
I think Ajit David is the person that's responsible for the loss of taxpayer money for this debacle.
I just basically thought it was just a crock of shit, to be honestly. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
But hiring lawyers, as we all know, isn't cheap. And the reputational damage can sometimes be permanent.
Yeah, it's been probably the hardest couple of years of my life, actually, just having to go through this. It's, I really don't wish it on anybody else.
And while the investigations of Homewood Suites unfolded, the Chronica reported Ajit's company was also given tax incentives for their hotel, the Residence Inn on Shoreline Boulevard, nearly $1 million, including more than $92,000 for a rooftop bar. Just one problem. Look, on the roof. You see a bar?
Move along, nothing to see here.
Ajit claims an official with the Downtown Management District told him it was just fine to use the money instead on the pool. But there's no amendment to the contract that we can find. That official, Alyssa Mason, she's no longer in Corpus and she ignored our phone call.
Nothing at all was taken in a vote. There's no documentation for it. But it's okay because friends did it.
Community activist Susie Saldana has been railing against what she calls a fraud.
Because we have one set of rules for friends and one set of rules for the citizens.
When the Residence Inn saw tax incentives, they claimed they were building a $15.3 million hotel. But when they went to pay for their building permits, they claimed it was only worth $5.6 million, about a third of the value, so they saved a bunch of money they shouldn't have, maybe illegally. They also got incentives for a $34 million hotel.
If you're gonna throw a stone in a glass house, make sure that you don't live in a glass house.
I've been told by a lot of people, don't talk about it, Susie. It's gonna hurt you, Susie. Don't talk about it. You don't know about this. People have a lot of money. Don't talk about it. Guess what? Doesn't bother me.
Ajit is still suing Corpus Christi to block the Homewood Suites deal, so that fight is far from over.
There was no fraud. There was nothing, no wrongdoing. This hotel deserves that incentive. Move forward, keep going, and they're just continuing to just try to use it to gain whatever leverage that they believe that they have.
I think we're at the point where we spent about $500,000 defending the lawsuit.
The ongoing attempt to impeach the mayor is based on the allegation that she knew about the fraud in the Homewood Suites deal and covered it up. But now that we know there was no fraud, what exactly did the mayor do? I wish someone could tell me. Because you guys are essentially became pawns in a much bigger play.
You could say that.
We fought the war. We won the war.
Outside City Hall, we met 101-year-old World War II veteran Jose Mendez. And he is not happy with the city council members trying to defy the will of the voters.
I fought for democracy. That's not democracy.